All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. Turn it down. All right, shalom. This is Harawan by Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. Before I begin, as always, I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem, Harakah Kodash, Ma'amah. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. Shalom to you, Akim, and Akwatim and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. Yeah, I'm a little behind on schedule, but I'm trying to make this one quick. We have a new update that's circulating on social media dealing with doomsday, all right, and the shadow of destruction that's hovering over Esau right now, man. All right, and over what they say, Tel Aviv, and as of yesterday, um, Tel Aviv was attacked, um, relentlessly. Also with Hezbollah getting involved. I think they shot like 84 rockets, missiles in one day at Tel Aviv. So it's looking probably worse than Gaza right now. All right. So the tables are turning right before our eyes, man. All right. And I personally would say towards the end of this year we may see a collapse um in the US and in Israel. All right, from the result of this war that the US's commander in chief, Babylon, Mr. T, he's being deceived. Clearly. He got deceived into this war. All right. But that's a whole nother topic. But it says sign of judgment coming. Thousands of crows cover Tel Aviv. Is this a doomsday sign? Now wherever crows are, you usually find ravens. All right, and they're like the smartest birds of a certain class of family of birds. Man, they're like the smartest birds. They know how to find food. The Most High even used a raven to bring Elijah food throughout the whole day. All right, so these animals are real good at finding food. They're known for being around a lot of wars. So, especially around World War II, when people would battle, it was said that a lot of soldiers would see birds following them. It's like they knew they were going to, crows are smart. Like they actually hold they hold grudges too, man. Or they, let me just read it. Check this out. Check this out. I'm gonna read something to you. It's not gonna say it in this article, but this is kind of similar to what I was talking about. All right, this is an article from Quora, and you can look it up yourself. And they're known to be around a lot of war because they learn. They see they see humans with weapons, right? They see humans with weapons, and they'll go outside. Outside, man, my fucking neighbor yelling outside. See what I'm saying? Distraction, boy. Anyway, when the soldiers would go to war, they would look and they would see crows and ravens following them because the crows would watch the people dying out on the field, and they basically say, "All right, here we go again. It's dinner time, folks." All right. So they're definitely an omen of war. They're an omen of death. All right, doomsday. Now this is a question. It says, "Is it true that ravens and crows use used to follow men into the battle?" See, they can tell when a lot of death is arriving, and there's a lot of death over there right now. So this would, yeah, it could be a migration, but it's symbolic. That's what we call it, an omen. Let me get that real quick. A omen. All right. Omen. It says omen is referring to a foreboding sign, and the Lord said He's going to show it with sign effects and signs. or augury of a future event. See, it's a sign of a future event. A lot of death is everywhere right now, and a lot more to come because this is just getting started. We'll go back to this article. It says, yes, it is true that ravens and crows used to follow men into the battles. And this is the great battle of Armageddon. All the nation's armies are being sent over there at some point. Ravens are known to be intelligent birds and are known to follow patterns. It is it is depicted and explained in many sects that whenever ravens or crows would see people carrying weapons and moving in formation, they would simply follow them because they probably dropping food, probably stank, a lot of bodies dropping. The sole reason behind this is that they would know that if men are carrying weapons, it surely means that there would be a lot of flesh for the birds to feast upon. They're gonna get their ass cussed out today, man. They keep stomping and screaming. All right, it's all good though. Anyway, ravens are also known to form groups and are known to be revengeful, right? If you look at birds and crows, they learn. They have patterns, and they'll carry. If you hit a damn crow, they'll carry that back to their tribe, and they'll come back and see you about it. They hold grudges, man. It's ironic that men, humans, being the most intelligent beings, did not stop fighting. All right. So anyway, the corvid family. See, that's what they call a corvid family of birds. The corvid family of birds is the smartest crows. Are the smartest crows. Damn, bro. Ravens are among the smartest corvid species. They follow men in war because they ate parts of their corpses. They are like little mini vultures, but they also ate the maggots and insects that fed off the bodies also. Gross but true. So imagine that World War III. That's what the Lord used them as bottom feeders to clean up the earth. All right, so they just doing their job, you know. But yeah, they said what they would see the people carrying the weapons because they see humanity destroying itself. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Matter of fact, let me get this real quick. Let me get this. This is Romans 8:22. For we know that the whole creation, all the animals, man, are groaning and travaileth in pain together until now. All right. So everything is suffering. All the animals are watching. Nature is watching, man. Even the stones, the Lord can use them as to be a witness, to a moment. All right. Or to a tragedy or to a lie. Right. So it says here, where was I at? Sorry, man. My neighbor was so damn distracted, man. My goodness. It surely means that they would what have a lot of flesh for the birds to feast upon. So they would watch the people carrying destroying the earth. You see that? So I want to play this real quick before I even get started. Check this out. It's a little sideline, but it shows that nature is watching. The birds are watching. They know a war is coming. Everything is taking its place right now, even us. The Lord told us to take our seats, and get ready, right? But this is this is the damn gorilla named Coco, the gorilla. Uh, before this gorilla passed away, they had it doing sign language, and it was like one of the best ones at sign language. And before it passed away, This it said what nature sees you, man. They see humanity. They see humanity destroying the earth. Look, all right. Nature see you watching your ass. Thank you. Hold on, hold on. Coco crying. Time, hurry, fix the damn earth. Help, help, earth. Hurry, protect the earth. Nature see you. Yo, yo, that's crazy, right? So the birds, the animals know. All right, sign of judgment coming. Let's play this clip. Thousands of crows cover Tel Aviv, and Tel Aviv is getting pummeled right now from Iran, from Hezbollah, it's proxy, and they just getting started. Let's play a couple clips. Hold up. This is from some foreign station here, but I'm still play it. Look at this. Them damn birds. And we live in Florida, so we know when we see them damn birds, there's some food around. There's some fish, something dead on the ground. Look at that shit. They're like the movie Birds. You walk up and see this shit. I like crows and ravens, so I'm a little different. I love crows, man, and especially ravens. I even like listening to their I like that shit. It remind me of some Wild West shit. All right, so let's go here. Let me go to this one. Check this one out. This is a crow throwing down the Israeli, is not Israeli's flag. Check it out. Can I make it bigger? Oh, hopefully I can see it. Hopefully you can see it. Look at that. That joint took his time trying to take that flag down too. Look at this, man. Got him. See, the birds want it over. They tired of it. The sign of doomsday in Israel. Isaiah 34. No, Isaiah 34 is talking about Babylon here, America. All right. So they got Isaiah 34 up there just because it say birds. Yeah, they're gonna flock here too to eat what's left over in the destruction. First, they're gonna flee out of here from the booms and the loud sounds of war. But eventually, they're gonna flock back according to the scriptures. There's gonna be cormorants here, owls, all kind of weird ass animals, bottom feeders. All right, to clean it up. Thousands of crows flying over Tel Aviv, Israel. Historically, crows symbolize death and war. Massive flocks of birds over Israel reportedly disrupt military aviation, confusing radar systems. Man, he said the earth gonna fight against them. Not only us, but in that day, but the animals too. The Lord said we're gonna be at league with the animals at some point. Have power over them. Check this out. This is weird. Look, I can't turn the sound down. Sheesh. All right. Strange phenomenon. Strange. So, here you go. I'm gonna go here now. So let's get a couple scriptures with that in mind. This is Zephaniah 3:8, and it says Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore, wait ye upon me. See, even the birds are waiting. We wait, right? Wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. And the prey is these heathen nations, especially Esau. For my determination is to gather the nations. So they're all being gathered over there for this war, for this great slaughter of the Lord, that I may assemble that damn dog, man. That I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them my indignation. See, the Lord gonna pour his indignation upon these devils. I got a devil living over the top of us right now. Just moved in. It's been hell since they moved in, man. Dogs barking loud. You just leave it. Now you're supposed to have two dogs. Well, outside screaming and shit. Children stomping, dropping shit all over our fucking balcony. I can't wait, man. The Lord gonna judge them. You know. Anywhere they go, they bring chaos, man, and confusion. Try to be all nice and shit. So therefore, wait ye upon me. So we're waiting until the day that I rise up to the prey. These damn devils. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation. See, it's about the Lord's anger, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. Not just America, but all the earth is going to be caught in what? World War III. All right. So you're going to see all kind of bird migrations, the normal bird migrations, um, which this could be, but they said it was some other type of bird. But these clearly um, are crows and ravens, man. All right. There you go. So now, go here real quick. And it says, the slain of the Lord shall be many, and the creation is groaning together, man. That's why the nature is watching. Romans 8:19. For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestations of the sons of Yahweh, man. Because when the sons of Yahweh are put in power, all the animals gonna eat, everything gonna be in order. Especially when we get put in power, and Yahweh Shai shows up, it's gonna be a great slaughter that day from Yahweh Shai, and with World War III. So the animals gonna eat. They waiting for that feast. It's gonna be a great moment for them. For the creature was so that's the point. All right, verse 22 again. It says, "For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now." Man, right? Because when the wicked are in authority, the whole everybody mourns. Everything mourns. So Luke 12:24. Consider the ravens. All right, the crows, ravens. They usually call the same thing in the Bible. Consider the ravens, for they neither sow nor reap, which neither have storehouses nor barns, right? Like bank accounts and shit, you know. And yeah, you don't have to have no doomsday um bunker and storing up for doomsday. You don't have to do all that, man. You want to store up for like months and something like that, but you got people stocking up for it and all this. You're gonna lose it. And you might have to migrate. You might have to move around. It might be wildfires, or anything, floods and shit. You know. Then what? Are you going to be fed then? So we trust that Yahweh Bashim Shai going to feed us and keep us from dying. We might not have luxury meals yet on a at the whim. We snap our fingers and it pop up. No, it ain't gonna be like that. But the Lord knows He's gonna be monitoring our vital signs. All right. Think like, all right, yeah, this nigga, he about to pass out. Go ahead and send him a bird or something. Send him some quail. All right. So now it says they not to toil, but Yahweh feedeth them. How much more are ye better and the fowls, yes, we better. So in that day, we're gonna eat too. The Lord gonna bless us with food in the time of famine. All right. And if you're in the McDonald's and shit like that, you ain't gonna you're gonna be asked out. You're not supposed to be eating that shit anyway. You might well go over there with the birds and eat that human meat. All right. It says here, Job 38:41. Who provideth for the ravens his food? The Lord is. All right. Throughout the day, the ravens eat, or the birds eat seed. Some eat meat. Some eat this or that. But what's coming? The Lord is creating a big slaughter for them. Are they that important? Hey, to the Most High, they are. He's saying they're not more important than us, than humanity. And then on top of that, they're not more important than actually they're more important than these heathens. They're like a drop from a vessel, but they're not more important than the Israelites. The Yasha Allah, the Negroes, Latino, Native American. He said we're the apple of his eye. We're his prized possession. All right, so he's gonna take care of us. Same way he taking care of these birds. Who provideth for the raven his food when his young ones cry unto Yahweh? They wander for lack of meat. All right, so the Most High is providing for these animals. How is he providing for them? Let's go here. This is how he providing for them. Isaiah 34. Again, I read this yesterday and two. For the indignation of Yahweh. What is indignation? Let's see that. Indignation. Get more detail. Some people might think it's damnation. Indignation is righteous anger. That's right, man. Or outrage combined with contempt, sparked by perceived unfairness, injustice, or unworthy treatment. How they treated us. All right, so the Lord is showing his righteous anger. It says, for the righteous anger or indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations, and his neighbor, see, even over there in our land, the untouchables. That's what they think. And his fury upon all their armies, man. It's gonna be war. They say, um, Operation Fury. Well, the Lord gonna bring Operation. They might well call this one Operation Foolishness, or Operation Failure, or Operation Fear, because they're gonna try to bail the hell out. But the Most High gonna bring Operation Fury. Esau claimed to do it. He coming out with great wrath. The scriptures say wrath was not made for man. It's only foolishness, man. You know. So it says here, and his fury is upon all their armies, and he have utterly destroyed them. He have delivered them to the slaughter. What slaughter? Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stank shall come up out of their carcasses. They're gonna be left out there. And the mountains shall be melted with their blood. Here you go. They're gonna bring in ground troops and all that. So the nations basically saying gonna be bloodshed amongst all these different governments. All right, especially here in Babylon, real soon. So there you go. That's what I want to. Joel 2:20. But I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate. Iran attacks USS Abraham Lincoln. Okay. All right, so they're gonna drive him to a land barren and desolate over there in the Middle East, those desert lands, causing confusion, a lot of war, death. The U.S. and Israel, with his face towards the East Sea and his hinder part towards the utmost sea, going towards Iran. and his stink shall come up. There'll be a lot of dead bodies, carcasses laying out, and his ill savor shall come up. You know, bodies stink, right? Because he have done great things, man. So now, go here. Revelations 20:7. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. That's Esau now. That's Bibi, Trump and his regime, the ones that's lying to him, his advisors. You know, he finding out that they're lying to him. They show him they allegedly show him a list of Instagram posts of just destruction happening. We destroying them. Look, we winning. He just look at that, like start doom scrolling and shit. He just scrolled through that and then he come out and say, "Hey, we winning," when he clearly losing. You know, he coming out saying now, we didn't know that Iran would attack the UAE or those GCC countries, the Middle East. He said, "You didn't know that, right?" They did know. They just didn't tell your ass. So Esau's going out to what? And shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four corners of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. Russia, China, Iran, all these nations gonna be gathered to the war. All right. Well, check this out. Last scripture. No, actually, one more, two more. Zephaniah 1:14. The great day of Yahweh is near. It is near. See the birds showing up, right? It is near and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of Yahweh, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. All right. The mighty man shall cry there bitterly. They got videos of those soldiers over there crying. The day of that day is a day of wrath. All right, this is a fast ass clip. Sheesh. That day is a day of wrath. Let me get this damn weird writing off my screen so they don't think we with them and shit. All right, that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness, wasted lives, man, and desolation. So all those areas gonna be destroyed. They just destroying shit that they've built up. The oil fields, everything. Take 15 years to be able to fix all that shit. A day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against Yahweh, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. All right, so they just destroying each other over there, and they destroyed 400 people, but we forgive them though. It's like, yo, what the hell? They're just taking lives, man. All right, so let me end it with this one, man. Real quick topic. Go here, Revelation 19:17. And I saw an angel standing in the sun. Just so happened, three-eye Atlas. But anyway, I'm just saying. But what this means is, standing in the sun, meaning you're gonna see chariots standing out in the open. You're not, when the day of slaughter happens. All right, you're gonna see chariots over there. I just did a lesson yesterday. Uh, Over in Iran, the chariots are popping up. All right, so it means like they're not gonna be hidden anymore. They're gonna be standing out in the open. And he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, all of them, not just the crows, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great power, that ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses. Them bombs hitting every everywhere, even farms and shit, people houses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, small and great. Because when the missiles hitting, bodies dropping everywhere. And what got to clean it up? The damn birds, cockroaches, maggots, and shit. So it's a sign of great death coming, man. You see flowers blooming, that's a sign of life. You know, you see some damn crows, you're like, yeah, something dead out here. Something about to die. Or they waiting for a body to drop. Then it caught some scent of something. All right. Let's see if I got any comments. Red eye. Also, feed a crow. If you feed a crow, he becomes a friend for life, and he'll always remember you and your gifts. They gonna remember your house, y'all, for giving them that gift. Shalom, Yahweh Bashem El Shai Barakatah. Come, bro. Jeremiah 7:33. The carcasses of this people shall be meat for the fowls of the heaven, and for the beasts of the earth, and none shall fray them away. There you go. All right. Them John gonna be feasting. And Lord gonna say, yeah, go ahead and eat. All right. So I'm gonna end this one here, man. Hopefully this is edifying to you. The whole goal is to motivate each other one day forward, which are basically like one step in front of the next as we walk towards the kingdom. All right, with that, I'm gonna end this. Say shalom. Quick update. Birds, sign of judgment coming. Thousands of crows cover Tel Aviv. Is this a doomsday sight or a sign? Shalom.